Hey there, and welcome back. As always, I'm Carl with Targets with Attitude. Today I want to talk about something way different than what I normally talk about. I'm not reviewing a product tonight. Instead, I'm responding in a public fashion to, you could almost say, an open letter or video to a gentleman who came by my table this weekend at the gun show. And he started loudly proclaiming to anyone around who would listen that my prices were ridiculously high, and started pointing at various knives and saying, well, this should be this much and this should be that much, and so on and so forth. And one of the knives he pointed at was a Spyderco Tenacious, and he was insisting I should only be asking $47 for that instead of the $60 I was asking. Well, first off, dude, I'm not Amazon. Amazon buys 5 truckloads at a time. I buy 5 knives at a time. Well, a little bit more than that maybe, but you get the point. Who's going to get the better price from Spyderco? Amazon or me? Plus, we're talking a gun show here. There is a lot of expenses involved with the gun show that I don't have to deal with when I'm selling online. So, here, let me turn things around here so that you can see my computer screen. And we'll just go through some of this and see where we get, okay? Let's start by looking at my online store, where I run about a 25% profit margin. And you can see that the Tenacious this gentleman had been asking about is selling for, on my website, for $48.95. That's pretty close to the $47 he was looking for. Let's see here. We've got some other ones. If you want to go for this one, still a Spyderco Tenacious, that's only $45. So, yeah, my online store is much, much cheaper than you'd think. But with my online store, all I have to do is pay for storage and shipping, of course, and I charge you for the shipping. So let's say I don't store my knives on site. Let's say I have to rent a store at, say, Cube Smart. I can get a 10-foot by 25-foot storage unit for $232 a month. That's not a lot. Let's see here. Storage. It's $230. What was it? Yeah, $32 a month. So each month at figure a 25% profit margin, then I have to sell $928 worth of product a month. But a month normally has 30 days, so that means each day I only have to sell $31 worth of product. Buy one Tenacious, or I sell one Tenacious a day at 25% profit margin. We're doing great. We've got our $31 minimum per month. But let's say we're going to do a gun show. And let's say we're going to do the Myrtle Beach show, which is put on by Mike Kenton Associates MK Shows. He's got a very good reputation and he runs a good show. And we scroll down here to the vendor information and we find that I'll have to pay $65 per table when I set up. So, let's see here. Table rental. I run 5 tables at $65 a table. I had an extra button here somewhere. Equals 5 tables times $65 a table. That's $325 a table. But Myrtle Beach is a little too far for me to drive back and forth each day. We look at the map. Yeah. Okay, let's see your directions. And we're going to say we're coming from Greenville. Fastest route is 4 hours and 14 minutes. Definitely too far to be driving back and forth. So, I'm going to need to rent a hotel. Let's see here. Hotel.com. And we start looking at hotels. And I'm going cheap, cheap, cheap. 40, 38, 39, 39, 40. Okay, yeah, 34. But that's because they've got, they're having problems there. You notice they've only got 2 stars. We start looking at ones with at least 3. And we're looking at roughly $40 a night. Actually, let's make sure we have go from top rating. We're looking at 68. Because I do want someplace safe. 79, 59, 74, 84, and it's dropped down to 59. Yeah, okay. So, $59 a night. And I'm going to need that for 2 nights, Friday night and Saturday night. Won't be staying there Sunday because I'll be coming back home after I pack up. So we're looking at $118 for a hotel. Then we have to get food. Assuming that I've got someone helping me, such as my daughter or my father-in-law. And that means we've got to pay for 2 meals Friday evening, supper for both of us. Then there'll be breakfast, lunch, and dinner Saturday. So that's 4 meals apiece. Plus breakfast and lunch Sunday. That's 6 meals, 12 meals. And let's say that we eat as cheap as we possibly can. So we're only talking about $7 a meal, which is hard to find, but possible. we're looking at $84 just for food for the weekend. Gas, got to get there and back. Hauling my trailer of, let's see here, 261 miles. Let me bring up a calculator here. And when hauling the trailer, my truck gets about 17 miles a gallon. So that's 15 gallons to get there. Another 15 gallons get back. Let's add another 5 gallons for driving around while we're there. And gas right now is running somewhere around $2.49 a gallon. So we're looking at $88 in gas. So, $88 in gas. And that's assuming that we do everything as cheap as we can. So, that means just to be running the show, just to do the show, I have to cover $615 in fees before I even get started. So, let's see here. If I run a profit margin of 25%, like I do on my website, that means that I have to sell about $2,486 worth of merchandise. And to make matters worse, I only have 2 days to sell it. That means I have to sell a little over $1,200 worth of product a day just to break even at the show if I'm running the same 25% profit margin as I do on my website. Compare that to $31 a day I have to sell through the website to make it work. Okay. Actually, I'm sure someone's going to say something about this, but web hosting fees. They're right around $180 a month. So that means I have to sell got $400 worth of expenses. My expenses at 25% profit margin means I have to sell that per month. Which means, okay, $55 worth of a product per day to cover my website with storage and web fees. That's still a whole hell of a lot easier to do than $1,230 a day. If I'm doing a profit margin of 50%, which is what had that gentleman so upset about, then I'm having to do, oh, come on, equals, and that, only $1,200 over the course of the weekend, and of course I'm doing it over 2 days, so I only have to sell $615 a day. You know what? It's a whole lot easier to sell $615 worth of knives and camping gear and accessories per day than it is 1,230. That's just, especially when very few items that I'm going to be selling are priced over $100. Yes, some knives are going to be over $100. Benchmade, for instance. Hell, if I could sell 3 Benchmades a day at 50% profit margin, I'd be golden. I'd have everything covered for, and I'd be making a profit. But let's be honest here. Unless you are a true knife fanatic, or you really value the quality that you can get with a knife such as a Benchmade or an Essie or a Wee, you're not going to pay $200 for a knife. You're only going to pay between $25 and $50 a knife. And that means if I'm selling, averaging $30 a knife being sold, means I have to sell 82 knives at 25% profit margin over 2 days, as opposed to 41 knives at 50% profit margin. You know what? I've yet to see a show where I've managed to sell over 80 knives. I've had shows where I actually managed to sell 60 and even 70, but I've never sold 80. So you do the math. Which profit margin is going to allow me to make a profit and keep going at gun shows and knife shows? Seems pretty clear to me. So yeah, on my website, I can go ahead and do the 25% profit margin and come at least close to matching Amazon's prices. No way I can afford to do it at a gun show. It just is not going to happen. So anyway, so there you have it. The Economics 101 guide to what it takes to run a vending business at gun shows and knife shows, and truthfully just about any other show out there. Doesn't have to be knives. Could be fidget spinners for all I care. Basics stay the same. Long and short of it is, I can afford to match prices with Amazon, or at least come close on the website. Don't expect Amazon type prices at the show. I've got too many other expenses to cover. It just ain't happening. True, you could come to the show and see what the knife's like in person, and then go home and order it from Amazon, or hopefully better yet, me, um, and save yourself a ton of money. But, that's going to kind of leave me in a bit of a bind, because if I don't sell anything at the show, I can't keep doing the shows. And where else can you actually pick up the knife, feel what it feels like in your hand, see if it's comfortable or not, see how long 2.5 inches of blade really is or really is not. Too many people are going strictly online because it saves them money. And I won't deny that it saves them money. It's a lot cheaper to run an online business than it does a storefront or a vending company. But you miss actually holding the knife in your hand. You can't tell what the quality of the knife is. You have to rely on hearsay. And what happens if that particular knife you get is the one that slipped past quality control and you got problems? Yeah, you can send it back to the manufacturer and they'll probably replace it. But isn't that a pain? And anyway, I hope you found some interest in this video. I hope I didn't bore you too badly. Let's face it is a very dry subject and very boring. But I'll wish you luck. You take care of yourself now. And good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. We'll see you again at the end of the week. In the meantime, you take care. And as always, remember, if you're going to do something, no matter how small, do it with attitude. See you now.